So hi again guys, welcome to my channel. Our destination for today is in Singapore, and this is the first business trip outside Japan, of course aside from the Philippines. So my flight from Kansai International Airport to Singapore is 9 hours, including the 1 hour connection flight in Malaysia. So I used the Malaysian Airlines for this flight to Singapore. My flight from Kansai International Airport to Singapore was at 9:55 in the morning, so I booked an overnight accommodation in near Kansai International Airport so that I can go earlier than the expected time in Kansai International Airport. Unfortunately, when I came to the for check-in, the check-in line was very long, and also it took them longer time, compared to other airlines, to check in people. Also, since it was holiday season, that is January 3, there are lots of passengers in the Malaysian airline plane. And when we get off from the plane in Malaysia, I'd noticed that there are lots of garbage because there are lots of children in that flight. But all in all, the flight using Malaysia Airlines was okay, and they served a lot of food during the flight. It was just because of the holiday season and there are lots of children in that flight, it was a bit noisy. The food was great also. What I also appreciate with Malaysian Airlines was that the flight was not delayed. And the connecting flight from Malaysia going to the gate for my Singapore flight from Malaysia to Singapore was a bit difficult to go through. So I had to pass through this long alley, and the airport bus during that time was not operational. So I had to ask the airport personnel where I can get to the gate going to Singapore. And because it's a different building, and we have to ride this airport bus to go to the gate going to Singapore. So I was a bit lost, and I only have 1 hour for the connection flight from Malaysia to Singapore. Good thing I found that gate, and I had to pass another X-ray inspection to go to that gate. That is what I did not like in Malaysia and Singapore Airlines. So normally, you have to pass through an X-ray machine covering all the gates. But for the Malaysia and Singapore Airlines, we have before you go to to your particular gate, you have to pass through the X-ray machine, and they only get your water, so you will be thirsty while waiting for boarding time. And that what happened when I went back to Japan. I was a bit thirsty, and good thing they serve, of course, they serve water and drinks, but maybe after 30 minutes. So yeah, this is Changi Airport, one of the most beautiful airport in the world, and it's clean. But considering that I came from Japan, which has, I think, the standard for cleanliness, the Changi Airport is, yeah, just okay. But when comparing, of course, the Philippine Airport and the Changi Airport is on a high level. So from the Changi Airport, I just took, because Singapore is just a small country, so I just took the MRT going to my accommodation in near the MRT station in Singapore. So of course, Changi Airport is a big airport, so you have to use different kinds of transportation to go from the terminals to the MRT station. So this is my first room in J8 hotel in Singapore. So I just took a video of the room. So as you can see, there are no windows. It's in the first floor of the hotel. So I just went out to get some food in an Indian restaurant. But when I went back to my room in the G8 Singapore, I was not able to open the room. And also I asked the assistance of the receptionist, and she also was not able to open the room, and she called assistance from her manager. And we just destroyed the lock and get my things, and she transferred me to another room in the upper floors with windows, a compensation for the trouble I went when the door was when we were not able to open the door. So this is my new room in the 6th floor of the J8 hotel in Singapore. So for my first day, since the conference started at 8 in the morning, and there is no direct train station going to Nanyang Technological University, which is the venue for the conference, I just took a taxi from the MRT station and go to NTU to attend the conference. So this is just the ground of the Nanyang Technological University, and the conference venue or the conference room is just beside the Hive in NTU, which is a popular architecture, and this building is colloquially known as the dim sum basket building due to its likeness to the steamer baskets used to contain dim sum, as you can see in this video. So the Hive was designed by a British designer, Thomas Heatherwick, and it is his first major building in Asia. So the building consists of 12 8-story towers arranged around a public atrium, and the towers taper towards the base and house 56 cornerless classrooms. So this is just also the ground of NTU, going to the bus station to take that bus going to another MRT station. So as you can see, the campus of NTU is very wide. So based on Google, the NTU's main campus covers 200 hectares of land. So this making it the largest university campus in Singapore. So after the conference, I had time going out to see the beauty of Singapore at night, and this is in the Raffles area. So I want to see the Merlion and also the Marina Bay to check the Marina Bay Sounds and Light show. And I think Singapore can be best viewed at night, considering also its weather, which is very hot. I think it's hotter than the Philippines. So I think Singapore can be best viewed at night with all these lights. So yeah, this is my way going to the Merlion and the Marina Bay at the opposite area. So you can see the Marina Bay with the river or maybe the lake. And also on the other side is the Merlion. as per Wikipedia, Marina Basin is an integrated resort fronting the Marina Bay in Singapore and a landmark of the city. So it was opened in 2010 and was deemed as the world's most expensive standalone casino property at 8 billion Singapore dollars. So the resort includes a 2,561 room hotel, a 120,000 square meter convention exhibition center, a 74,000 square meter uh, shops at Marina Basins, a museum, a large theater, a restaurants, two floating crystal pavilions, art science exhibits, and the world's largest atrium casino with 500 tables and 1,600 slot machines. Complex includes three towers topped by the Sands Sky Park, a skyway connecting the 340-meter long with a capacity of 3,902 people, and a 150 meters infinity swimming pool set on top of the world's largest public cantilevered platform. So at the side of this viewing area is the Merlion, which according to our tour guide during our excursion and the day after, looks like the seal of the city of Manila in the Philippines. So the bear lion is the official mascot of Singapore, as you can see in their official documents. So it is depicted as the mythical creature with the head of a lion and the body of a fish. So it is widely used to represent both the city-state and its people in sports, teams, advertising, branding, tourism, and as a national personification. The golden architecture, which looks like a durian, is the Esplanade, which is a performing arts center where most of the concerts were conducted. Okay, so this is the second day of the conference, and I came from the other side of NTU. So for this one, I used the bus from Pioneer MRT station and just get off a few minute walk from the venue of the conference. So NTU looks like the campus of the University of the Philippines in Diliman. There are lots of trees and it's also a big campus. So for the second day, after all the lectures, we had a tour in downtown Singapore. So the first destination was Victoria Theatre and Concert Hall. So this is a performing arts center in the central area of Singapore, situated along the Empress Place. It is a complex of two buildings and a clock tower joined together by a common corridor. If I'm not mistaken, Singapore was a colony of UK. So most of their buildings depicted the buildings in UK, including this Victoria Theatre and Concert Hall. Just walk in this area until we arrive in our next destination, which is the Marina Bay area. So the night before this one, I went to see the Merlion, and here we also visited the Merlion area because, of course, it is the symbol of Singapore, overlooking the Marina Bay Sands. So this was a rainy day, so it was not a good sight, and you can see the difference between visiting this area at night and visiting it at daytime. So the last destination for this excursion is in Kampung Glam, where we had our dinner At Gidong Kuning, we were served with a Nusantara meal. So Gidong Kuning is located next to the former Istana or the palace and stood within that was once the royal compound. So the meal was a 60 Singapore dollar three-course meal which served an appetizer platter, the main menu, and the dessert platter. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a good video of this meal. So for the appetizer, I choose a kerabora din ayo. Then for the main menu, I asked for a rawon risotto, and for the dessert platter, we were served with two desserts, the pulut hitam purnama and the sikmik mule. So the puluk hitam utama is a black glutinous rice with a vanilla ice cream and a sempedak. And the sikmik mule is composed of mashed and fried sweet potato, a crushed almond, and espresso caramel. So this is just another view of Nanyang Technological University when I just alighted off from the bus. So before I leave Singapore, I visited the HSBC Rain Vortex, which is just inside the Singapore Changi Airport, and this is the world's tallest indoor waterfall. There are actually many establishments and also beautiful sites inside the Changi Airport. So the Changi Airport deserves another visit. So yeah, that's it for my channel. And see you again next time. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, see you again. Bye.